This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MSPN Digital Television.
To the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
The winner advances to the championship. It's Glenwood Lowry versus Broken Bowl. Game 4 from the Centennial Classic in Millbank is now live on MSPN, and we will be back with the first pitch after a couple of minutes here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
My fellow Legionnaires, what we do today on the battlefield will go down in infamy. Know that I consider each of you my brothers in this life and the next!
Jimmy, what the hell did you get us into?
The American Legion helps veterans, Bob. Cadius is a veteran.
Fine, but drinks are on you when we get back.
Legion!
Join today's Legion. Sandals are optional.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information, or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
That was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Every day across our great nation, members of the American Legion are shaping and brightening their communities. American Legion members are volunteering to assist wheelchair-bound veterans. Still, others are helping the current generation of service members transition back to civilian life. If you are a wartime veteran, please consider uniting with your brothers and sisters in the nation's largest and most influential veteran service organization. Join the American Legion today.
When one of us comes up short,
We all come up short.
there's no vape in team.
Think there are only school supplies in your child's backpack? Think again. 5 e-cigarettes were hiding in plain sight. Parents, do your homework.
Learn more about vaping at health.mn.gov/e-cigarettes.
All right, there is a look at your starting pitcher for Glenwood Lowry, and it is Alex Panitsky who will be on the mound here to start things off for Glenwood Lowry, the representative from Minnesota out of the Minnewaska Lakes area. Minnewaska Lake area Lakers is the high school name, not the post name, or the Legion name, but it is indeed the high school name. And Coy Wardine will start things off for Broken Bow. He had a pop out to the pitcher yesterday in the win over, they played, was it Lemoore? No, they played the Millbank. There we go. Knew I'd get it right eventually. Already a 2-0 count, 2-1 of the swing and a miss there. Dylan Alexander's catching here for Glenwood Lowry. And that one's low for ball 3. You got Noah Jensen at first base. At second base is Mark Gruber. At third base is Levi Johnson. And at shortstop is Levi Johnson. At third base is Miles Wildman. In the outfield, you got Connor Fry in left, Connor Erickson in right, and Luke Danielson in straightaway center field. And that one is fouled off.
Reminder, all foul balls can return to the concession stand for a 25-cent
stay at a full
reward,
count.
thanks to our friends at Millbank Ford.
Big thanks to the North Dakota American Legion, the Fargo Convention and Visitors Bureau for sponsoring today's broadcast and this tournament, the broadcast of this tournament here. And remember to visit fargomoorhead.org if you're making a trip up to Fargo for the 2025 Central Plains Regional, which you can watch right here on MSPN Digital Television. A walk to Cody Wardine will bring up Max Denson, who had a good day yesterday against Millbank. He had 3 hits, 2 to left field and 1 to right center. He was the only Broken Bow player to be perfect at the plate. He went 3 for 3 yesterday. Like I said, 2 hits to left and 1 to right center. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Our umpires, it's going to be Johnny Kirchner calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. On screen there at second, you see John Whitcraft. Over at first, it's going to be Greg Warren. And at third, it's Steve Cryer. They'll throw to first, and he is safe. And this one a ground ball towards first. And they'll sneak into right field and now put 2 runners on. And a base hit for Max Denson. He continues his perfect streak here in the 2025 Centennial Classic Tournament. Bryce Chaplin had a hit to left center and a fly out to shallow right center in the game against Millbank yesterday.
First baseman number 7, Bryce Chaplin.
And that pitch is a little bit high for a ball to Bryce Chaplin. Already 10 pitches in here for Panitsky. He has 2 runners on and has allowed 1 hit so far. And that one's fouled away for a strike. We're at 1-1. Bryce Chaplin for Broken Bow stands 5'11" and is a right-hander who will graduate in 2024 from Broken Bow High School. And that one is low for ball 2. Broken Bow has 3 players that stand 6 feet or higher. Everybody else is under the 6-foot mark on the ball team. And that one's high for a ball. And it's ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Ben Chaplin. And Panitsky's got to be careful here. He's at risk of loading the bases 4 minutes into the ball game. Averaging a base runner per minute if that were to happen. And there's a strike, so a full count at 3-2, and now we hit the 5-minute mark, so that average will go down should Chaplin reach base. Dominic Novak is on the on-deck circle here as swinging and miss, and that'll be a strikeout for out number 1. So the payoff pitch pays off for Panitsky, and now he'll face Dominic Novak.
Dominic Novak.
And that'll miss for a ball, 1-0. Once again, 2 runners on. Coy Wardine on second, Max Denson on first. 1 out on the strikeout there to Bryce Chaplin. And now 1-0, and he'll take this one to left field, right into the glove of Connor Fry. He'll fire it back to second. The runner, Coy Wardine, will make it back in time, and the runners will stay put at first and second. 2 outs now for Caden Record. So a line drive fly out to left field records the 2nd out of the inning. Runners stay put. Caden Record in yesterday's game against Millbank had a hit to left and a pop out to the 3rd baseman. And he's going to go to left field here. That one's going deep, and that one is to the warning track, and it's caught there by Connor Fry. So they will strand 2 on base. And it is 0-0 here on the Fargo Convention and Visitors Bureau scoreboard. We're going to return after this here on the MSPN digital television. Stay tuned.
No Glenwood Lowry errors and 2 runners left.
It's payback time.
It's not fun being the target of rude behavior. Sports has many traditions, but bad sportsmanship isn't one of them. This message brought to you by MSPN Digital Television.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two. But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition in strengthening America through service.
So if you're a veteran,
consider joining us.
Or donate to help us support our veterans.
All right, welcome back to Legion Field here in Millbank, South Dakota, the birthplace of American Legion baseball 100 years ago. And we are in the bottom of the first. The winner of this game moves on to the Centennial Classic Championship game. And they will play the winner. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. Yeah, we will have a moment to take a look at the bracket really quickly. Maybe, if he'll come on, they'll play the winner of Lemoore. And then the loser of this game. So the winner of this game will play either Lemoore or the loser of this game, and the championship game will be a winner-take-all single-loss game. So only 6 games total here in the almost 99% double elimination tournament, and that's 100% okay. That game between Lemoore and the loser of this game will take place at 6:30, so they're giving the one of these two teams an extra hour to kind of recover from this game before playing in that 6:30 game tonight. So we'll have a little bit more of a break going into that. Max Denson is the starting pitcher here for Broken Bow, the team out of Nebraska. So it's Nebraska versus Minnesota. We had North Dakota, South Dakota, and North Dakota won in the first game, and now it's Nebraska and Minnesota, and it was a quick 1-2-3 inning. Well, maybe not so quick. It was 8 minutes, but it was still a 1-2-3 nonetheless. No, it wasn't. They left 2 stranded on base, so it wasn't a 1-2-3, but it felt like one. I need to get some more rest during the overnight, I think. Strike one is the call here to Miles Wildman. Had a hit to right field, a ground out, and a pop out to the third baseman in the game against Lemoore yesterday in that 10-0 win, or 10-0 win. 10-2 win, excuse me. One ball, one strike. In the windup. And ball 2. I want to say hi to Jim. He's back for game 2. Thank you for tuning in, Jim. Always love it when I see you pop up on the chat there. 2-1. And the pitch. And that one's a little bit low for ball 3. So 3-1 to Miles Wildman. Mark Gruber and Dylan Alexander are the other 2 batters we'll see here for Glenwood Lowry. We're wearing the same jerseys as they were yesterday, as are Broken Bow. So we're in the same jerseys as yesterday. Or if they are different, I don't notice a huge difference. So.
Now batting second baseman number 2, Mark Gruber.
A strike here to Mark Gruber. Ground out to second baseman, pop out to the second baseman yesterday against Lemoore. Yeah, pitch is low to even up the count of the ball on a strike. 1-1. And he will bunt it foul. Put it right into the dirt in front of home plate and took a sharp right to the right side of home plate, and that's good for strike 2. We've seen 1 2-strike bunt attempt here in this tournament so far. I guess we'll see if we see another one or not. It looks like he's going to set up for a swing here. And that one's high over the glove of Caden Record, and moving into second, no problem, is Miles Wildman, and it's ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wildman advances on the wild pitch. And now a full count here to Mark Gruber. And he strikes him out. First out of the inning, and that'll bring up Dylan Alexander.
Catcher number 12, Dylan Alexander.
Once again, Max Denson's on the mound pitching here for Broken Bow. And Dylan Alexander for Glenwood Lowry stands 5'11", plays catcher right field most of the time. Will graduate from Minnewaska Area High School in 2024. Takes a strike there, and it's 0-1. Yesterday in the game against Lemoore, he had a hit to right field, also a pop out to the second baseman and a ground out to the shortstop, and another infield hit towards third base. As this one comes back into your living room TV screen, and it'll be strike 2. And that one's a little bit low for a ball. One and 2. And now it's 2 and 2. And a ground ball towards third. Picked up, fired over, they got it. 5-3 ground out. Puts out 2 on the board. And that resets the count for Noah Jensen, who hit 2 two-run homers yesterday in the game against Lemoore. And guess what? They have a runner on base. Noah Jensen with that 2-run homer to left in the first inning. I believe it was the 5th inning where he hit the 2-run homer to right, or maybe it was the 4th inning. It was one of those two. He also had a deep fly out to left as well. And we'll see if Max Denson watched any videotape of Noah Jensen from yesterday and where they pitch it. So far, he's got a strike on Jensen. And the 0-1 pitch. A little bit low. We're even at a ball and a strike. 1-1 here to Noah Jensen. 17 minutes into the ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. And also a big thanks to the North Dakota American Legion for sponsoring the tournament broadcast here. And a big thanks to everybody who has tuned in to watch one and or all of the games, or any number of the games for that matter. Certainly happy that we can bring it to you here. And this one is not going to be, it's going to be a base hit to left center, and it's mishandled by the center fielder. The run will score. Miles Wildman will score on Noah Jensen's RBI single. Since Jensen did not advance to second, there will be no error on the play because Wildman would have scored anyway. So an RBI single
right fielder, number 9,
to add to his 2 home runs
Erickson.
here in the Centennial tournament. Swing and miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Once again, it's Connor Erickson. 5'10", pitcher, second baseman. will graduate from Minnewaska Area High School in 2026. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he gets him on 3 pitches. And that will strand Noah Jensen on first base. And that will take us to the 2nd inning of play. 18 minutes to play the 1st inning. And we'll move to the 2nd now here. And due up for Broken Bow, Zachary Lowry, Kansas Kellum, and Colton Ulig. It's batters 6, 7, and 8 for Broken Bow. And we return after this. Stay tuned.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it for you.
You wouldn't do it there.
You gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Third baseman number 5, Zach Lowry.
All right, welcome back. Zach Lowry will lead it off here for Broken Bow. He had 2 hits to right field and a fly out to center in yesterday's game against Millbank. And 1 ball, no strike to Zachary Lowry. Once again, he spells his name with an X and not a Z for Zach or Zachary. A 5'6", 5'6" right-hander, and he'll graduate in 2026 from Sargent High School in Nebraska. And a strike is called there. And we move to, I believe it's 3-1. It's at least 2-2. We'll see if the umpire gives us any confirmation here. It will be 3-2. Okay. Glad that happened. And a walk.
Second baseman number 12, Kansas Kellum.
Pakinski will set and deliver. Strike 1. Nope, ball 1. Thought he was going to move his arm in that motion, but once again, Kansas Kellum had an infield hit yesterday and also popped out to the catcher. And they're going to call that foul, so it'll be strike 1, and Lowry will go back to first. So 1 ball and 1 strike here to Kansas Kellum. And he'll look to bunt again, and the throw up to second, and now back to first. And they finally got him.
2, 4, 3, 6 on the top ceiling.
So we had 2, 3, 4, 3, 6 on the out there. And that one, did it hit him? Or did he get out of the way? It was a close call, couldn't quite tell for sure. And it looks like he's gonna take his base, so he will get hit. So as soon as they get a runner off, they put their replacement runner right back on. Colton Ulig is the batter now. Left fielder, center fielder, usually 5'6", left-handed.
Now batting right
Graduate
fielder number
from
8, Colton Ulig.
Broken Bow High School in 2026. The pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Kinski will check the runner at first, and he'll deliver the pitch in for a ball. Two balls and no strikes. I think a few fans out there are kind of wondering if that was a ball, just like I was. Panitsky will deliver, and he got a strike in there this time, and it's 2-1. Ulig will step in. Panitsky with a quick look at the runner. And a delivery of the pitch outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. 1 out here in the top of the second. 1-0 Glenwood. Lowry on an RBI single. And he'll walk him. So back-to-back walks puts 2 runners on.
Number 19, left fielder, Logan Bell.
And now Logan Bell, but first a visit to the mound here. Logan Bell had a hit to right center field in that game yesterday against Millbank. Around the bases, we haven't done that yet here for Glenwood. So Alex Panitsky pitching, Dylan Alexander catching, Noah Jensen at first, and it is Marco Gruber at second baseman, Levi Johnson at short, Miles Wildman at third, Connor Fry in left field, Connor Erickson in right field, and Luke Danielson in center field.
Number 19, Logan Bell.
Go blue. Low for a ball to Logan Bell. Once again, that hit to right center in the game against Millbank yesterday. Was all he was able to produce in that contest. And a strike. We're even at 1-1. Kind of looked like we had smoky conditions about a half an hour ago, but that has since dissipated and moved on if it was smoky. And this one popped up. Shallow center field. And the catch is made there by Luke Danielson.
The Broken Bow leadoff batter, center fielder number 10, Coy Wardine.
So back to the top of the order now with Coy Wardine. He was walked last time he was at the plate. Coy also had a pop out to the pitcher and a pop out to the catcher in yesterday's game. And a strike is called here. 0-1. Wardine stands 5'8", will graduate in 2025 from Broken Bow High School in Nebraska. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. His strikeout. And that strikeout will end the top of the second. They leave 2 stranded, and we go to the middle of 2 And coming up to bat for Glenwood Lowry are the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Panitsky, Dell, and Johnson. When we return after this, stay tuned.
And 2 runners left. 40 pitches.
One in 5 high school students use e-cigarettes or vapes. Some of them, like Juul, are so slim and sleek that they look like a flash drive. That's why e-cigarettes and vapes are so appealing to kids. There are more than 7,000 flavors and they're sold where kids shop, online and in convenience stores. Most e-cigarettes contain nicotine, which is highly addictive and can harm brain development as teens grow. No amount of nicotine is safe for youth. Like it or not, we are a target. This message is brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Health.
Welcome back, Alex Panitsky.
For Glenwood Lowry, the pitcher number 10, Alex Panitsky.
After striking out Coy Wardeen on his 40th pitch, he will lead off here in the bottom of the second. And he'll take the first pitch inside for a ball. Panitsky in yesterday's game against Lemoore had a pair of hits, one to right center and one over the shortstop into shallow left center. The 1-0 pitch, and did that hit the edge? It did. We're even at 1-1. The windup, and that will be strike 2. Hit the 30-minute mark of the ball game now, as we're through 1.5 so far. And that will miss for a ball. 2-2 the count now here. Ball, strike, strike, ball. In that order for Alex Panitsky. Pitcher, third baseman, stands 5'9", right-handed, and will graduate from high school in 2024. And he strikes out there. Puts the first out on the board and brings up Riley Dell.
Designated hitter number 3, Riley Dell.
Dell, you usually find him at catcher or first base, stands 6 foot, will graduate in 2026. Ball 1 to Riley Dell, who had a hit to right center field in the game yesterday against Lemoore. And they'll call that a strike. It must have caught the edge going out, and it's 1-1. When ball 1, strike 1 out, nobody on base. 31 minutes into the ball game. Here's the pitch. Inside ball 2, 2-1. Everybody on the Glenwood Lowry roster will graduate at some point from Minnewaska Area High School, assuming that they don't have a family move or something like that. That would take them out of that particular high school, but we've done a couple games at Minnewaska Area High School, a girls and boys basketball game that were pretty fun. And grounder right back to the pitcher, and he will underhand toss it over to Bryce Chaplin at first for the second out. And that will bring us to Levi Johnson.
Shortstop number 8, Levi Johnson.
One of 2 Johnsons on the team. Levi, find him most of the time at shortstop or pitcher, stands 5'8", will graduate in 2025. And I think they called that a ball. Yep, they did. Levi Johnson with a couple of hits yesterday. One down the line that landed just inside the foul line in left field, and then he popped one over the shortstop's head for a pair of hits yesterday against Lemoore. 1-1 and now 2-1. 3 balls and a strike. We're 33 minutes into the game now. I have Max Denson at 40 at pitch number 40 right here, and he gets strike 2 on pitch number 40. So it's a full count now, 3-2 to Levi Johnson with Luke Danielson on deck, 2 away. So if Johnson reaches base, and he will not reach base, he gets rung up at home on a pitch at the knees to the outside, and he thought it was a walk initially, and he will get called out looking. So that'll bring up batters 2, 3, and 4 for Broken Bowl for Broken Bowl when we return after the break here. They have him at 39, so I had him one pitch too many here. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right. A little delay on the coming back there. Apologize for that. There'll be a base hit to right field for Max Denson, who singled his last time up, and now he singles again. As you saw that ball flying out into right field right as we faded back in from the commercial break. Here's Bryce Chaplin, 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. The Twins, more on that in a moment, and that goes foul. The Twins, since I'm not able to watch them, are kicking butt on the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're up 10-2 right now. And whenever I'm able to watch them, they either just barely win, or they're in a tight game, or they lose horribly. And when I'm not watching, they have awesome wins or dominating games. Just my luck. And that one's going deep to left field, and it is caught right behind the black post there that blocked your view, but he did catch it. The third base umpire, Steve Cryer, will agree with me.
The shortstop, number 1, Dominic Novak.
And Novak had that line drive fly out to Connor Fry in left field last time he was up. And this one is going out into right center field. Going back, and it will drop for a base hit. Picked up eventually there by Luke Danielson. Rounding third is Max Denson. He's going to try and score, and the throw will not reach there in time. And it is an RBI triple for Dominic Novak to right center field. And we have a tie ball game at 1-1 here on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. Caden Record will try and follow that one up. And Caden Record's going to go to left field. And he dived for it and couldn't make the catch. And that will allow Dominic Novak to score, and it's going to be a base hit. An RBI single for Caden Record. And now Broken Bow takes a 2-1 lead.
Now batting third baseman number 5, Zach Lowry.
And the first pitch to Lowry comes in for a strike. Zach Lowry 0 for 0. He was walked last time he was up. And a strike is called there. So a quick 0-2 count now here to Zach Lowry. Kansas Kellum is on deck. If no double plays occur, we'll see him next. Quick look at the runner on first, and he'll deliver the pitch. 0-2, and this one's going to be popped up. And it's caught there by Dylan Alexander for the second out.
Number 12, second baseman, Kansas Kellum.
Ball 1 to Kansas Kellum. 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch last time he was up. Kellum, 5'3". A righty. Plays second base, shortstop most of the time. Will graduate in 2026 from Broken Bow High School. 2 balls, no strikes. Make it 3 balls and no strikes. Here to Kansas Kellum. Nice strike there, and he'll cash in on his free strike coupon to make it 3-1. 2-1 lead for Broken Bow. They scored both of those runs here in the top of the third. They're looking for more with 2 outs on the board. And a base hit to left field. Third base umpire Steve Cryer says it was fair, and that'll be a base hit single and put 2 runners on.
Right fielder number 8, Colton Ulig.
Moving Caden Record up to second, and Colton Ulig the batter now. First pitch ball. He was walked last time he was at the plate. 41 minutes into the ball game now here in the top of the third. And ball 2. Nice strike there over the edge of the plate to make the count 2-1. 41 minutes into the contest. This is, according to my numbers, unofficially pitch 57 for Panitsky. And that will miss for ball 3. And a walk. A walk to Colton Ulig will load the bases for Logan Bell. Logan Bell 0 for 1 in this game with a fly out to center field. He had a hit
Number
yesterday
19,
against
left
Lemoore.
fielder, Logan Bell.
Or check that, against Millbank. My apologies. And a strike is delivered on the first pitch to Logan Bell. Once again, he fly out to center in his first at bat here. And the 0-1. And that's 0-2 now. Back-to-back strikes from Alex Panitsky on what we presume to be his 60th pitch. And this one will fall short for a ball. 1-2. Kane Record on third. Kansas Kellum on second. Colton Ulig on first. The runners on for Broken Bow. They lead 2-1 here in the top of the third on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. And he struck him out. Got him looking, and that will strand all 3 on base and put an end to the top of the third. Coming up, for Glenwood Lowry. It's batters 9, 1, and 2. Luke Danielson, Miles Wildman, Mark Gruber. When we return after this, stay tuned. We'll be right back here on MSPN Digital Television.
My fellow Legionnaires, what we do today on the battlefield will go down in infamy. Know that I consider each of you my brothers in this life and the next!
Jimmy, what the hell did you get us into?
The American Legion helps veterans, Bob. Cadius is a veteran.
Fine, but drinks are on you when we get back.
Legion!
Join today's Legion. Sandals are optional.
All right, welcome back.
Don't forget, following today's games, there will be a special event taking place at Lake Farley. Family fun in the park, and the live band My Monday Regret begins at 8 p.m. tonight from 8 until 11. The band will be playing, so you can stop by Lake Farley, just northwest of here, following the conclusion of our games. Remember, the next game will be at 6:30 tonight, as it will feature Lemoore against the loser of this game. The winner will advance to tomorrow's championship, which will start at 11:30 a.m.
Well, there you go. Saved me a little bit of my vocal cords there. That concert tonight is diagonally off the corner of left field. That's where that lake is at he was talking about. Luke Danielson will be the leadoff batter here for Glenwood Lowry. He's batter 9. We'll see Miles Wildman and Mark Gruber, batters 1 and 2 next here in this inning. 307 down the left field line to the foul pole. 304 down the right field line to the foul pole. 390 to right center. 380 to just to the left of right center. 372 to dead straightaway center. And 372 to left center. Well, those dimensions are a little bit unusual compared to most of the ballparks that we've had here on MSPN Digital Television, but I like it personally. Outside for a ball, and it's 2-0 now here. To Luke Danielson, we had a hit to left field and a error, reached on an error yesterday. And 3 balls, no strikes to Luke Danielson. Glenwood got the first run, the bottom of the first. Nobody scored in the second. Broken Bowl with 2 in the top of the third, and now he will be walked.
Base on balls brings up the third baseman, number 1, Miles Wildman.
Miles Wildman was walked last time he was up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I think that was one of those where he didn't want to swing, but he already went 75% of the way through the swing motion when he made that decision. So it'll be 0-1. He'll look for a bunt, and that'll be strike 2. And the throw back to first was dropped, so Luke Danielson gets back in time. So 2 strikes here to Miles Wildman. Miles Wildman, third baseman, center field usually, 5'9", will graduate in 2027 from Minnewaska Area High School. Inside for a ball, 1-2. Second of 3 games here from Legion Field in Millbank, South Dakota. Our next game will have a hard start at 6:30 tonight. Be sure to join us if you're able to. Be appreciated. And the curveball didn't quite break and hit the strike zone, stayed outside to even up the count at 2-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to Miles Wildman. The count is now full. According to my numbers, Max Denson has reached the 50 pitch mark. High for a ball, and he walks him.
Number 2, second baseman Mark Gruber.
So Mark Gruber now struck out looking last time he was at the plate. Denson takes a look back at second, delivers high and in for a ball, 1-0. And the throw to second was not there as Gruber missed on the bunt, so it'd be 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out, and 2 runners on. First and second, Luke Danielson second, Miles Wildman first, and another bunt. He'll pull it back as the pitch comes out inside for a ball, high and in once again. 2-1 for Mark Gruber. Gruber, 6'1", pitcher second base usually, and will graduate in 2026. He'll square up for the bunt again. He'll pull it back again as the pitch drops low for ball 3. Ball, strike, ball, ball in that order on the 4 pitches from Denson to Gruber so far. Once again, Gruber struck out looking last time, and he thought he was walked. He'll square up for another bunt, and that'll be a strike. So now a full count will most likely take the bunt off the table here for Gruber. It'll be a full swing or nothing. A half swing, and it got him. I think it would have been a strike anyway. We'll say that he went down looking, but strike nonetheless. Dylan Alexander.
The catcher number 12, Dylan Alexander.
So that's the first down on the board now here for Glenwood Lowry. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Alexander grounded out to third on his last trip to the plate. He had another ground out to the shortstop yesterday along with a pair of hits and a fly out to shallow right. And a strike on the outside edge will push the count to 0-2 here. Once again, 1 out, 2 runners on, first and second. Wildman on first, Danielson on second. Noah Jensen is on deck. And we'll see if Denson can get out of the sending here with Alexander or not. Low for a ball, 1-2. Fouled back, and we'll stay at 1-2. Strike, strike, ball, and fouled away in that order here on the 4 pitches so far here from Denson to Alexander. Denson takes a look at second, winds, delivers the 1-2, low to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Denson delivers. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And they throw back to second, he's safe. That is out number 2. He struck out looking and struck out swinging the last two batters. And here comes Noah Jensen. Jensen is 3 for 3, and they're going to intentionally walk Jensen. That will load the bases, and that's probably a smart decision there by Broken Bull. Now bring up Connor Erickson. They'll try their luck against Connor Erickson after the intentional walk to Noah Jensen. Erickson, they got him last time. They got him to go down swinging.
Now batting the right fielder, number 9, Connor Erickson.
We'll see if the intentional walk pays off for now. 1 out, and the runner will score. We have a tie ball game. It's 2-2 on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. Visit them at visitfargomoorhead.org. So first base is open now. All the runners advance 90 feet, and a strike is thrown. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Connor Erickson. Ball 2. Time is called by Erickson. Alex Panitsky is on deck. Erickson and Panitsky represent batters 5 and 6 in the lineup here for Glenwood Lowry. And that'll be ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike. Ball, strike, ball, ball. In that order on 4 pitches. And that'll be a walk, and the bases are loaded once again. This time for Alex Panitsky, and he will not be intentionally walked because that would bring in a run.
The pitcher, number 10, Alex Panitsky.
Outside for a ball, 1-0 to Panitsky, who went down looking last time he was at the plate. We're nearing the 1 hour mark of the ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's been a good one so far. Swing and a miss for a strike. They'll even up the count at a 1-1. Probably the best ball game of the tournament so far, in my humble opinion. High for ball 2. The Twins have scored another run. They now lead the Pittsburgh Pirates 11-3. Go Twins. Maybe I should not watch them the whole season, and they'll probably win the World Series if I do that. I believe the count's 3-1. I can't see the scoreboard to confirm that. It's a little dim, but. And it was 3-1. That'll walk them, and that'll bring in a run. That will bring in Miles Wildman from 3rd. Moves Jensen to 3rd, Erickson up to 2nd, Panitsky to 1st on the walk, and it moves the Broken Bow coach to the mound here for a visit as well. And we will have a pitching change, as it looks like the coach has the ball in hand, so that would signal the fact that we have a pitching change. I would think anyway. Maybe not. No, I guess not. He had the ball in his hand for a moment, but he's going to let Max Denson continue on the mound here.
Courtesy running for the pitcher at first, number 7, Braylon Sharmer. The designated hitter, number 3, Riley Dell.
Riley Dell 0 for 1, grounded out right back to Max Denson on his lone at bat in this game so far. And that'll miss for a ball. Oh, no, they'll call it a strike. 0-1 the count now here to Riley Dell. Make that 1-1. Noah Jensen on third, Connor Erickson on second. Braylon Charmer coming in as a courtesy runner on first for Alex Panitsky just a moment ago. 1-1 the count, Denson delivers, and he delivers for strike two. And they got him looking. They'll strand 3 runners on base, and at the 1 hour mark of the ball game, we move to the bottom of the, or to the top of the fourth. Due out for Broken Bow will be the top of the order. Coy Wardine, Max Denson, and Bryce Chaplin. Batters 1, 2, and 3. When we return after this, stay tuned.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families.
All right, welcome back. First pitch here to Coy Wardine is going to miss for ball 1. Actually, they did call that a strike, so it'll be 0-2 now. Wardine walked his first time up, struck out swinging his most recent time, and we return it back to the top of the order with Wardine. It's his 3rd plate appearance of the game. He faces pitch 64, 65, and now 66, and soon to be 67 from Alex Panitsky. Fouled away, will stay at the 0-2 count. A 3-2 ball game. And that wild pitch will not do anything more than put ball 1 on the board. Glenwood Lowry took the lead in the bottom of the first. Broken Bow took the lead in the top of the third, and Glenwood Lowry retook the lead in the bottom of the third. So we've had 3 lead changes, 2 if you don't count the 0-0 tie, and there's a strikeout. Got him looking. Max Denson is the batter now.
The pitcher, number 11, Max Denson.
Ball 1 to Denson. Denson's 2 for 2 in this game. Denson's 2 for 2 in this game and 5 for 5 in the tournament.
Folks, this is your last call to purchase 50-50 tickets. We'll be drawing the winning number in the
2 singles to right in this game. Add a 3rd single to right and 2 more to left in the earlier game. Swing and miss there for a strike. No pitcher has been able to sit down Max Denson just yet. We'll see if Panitsky can change that here. And no, it's going to be another base hit. And Max Denson is 6 for 6 in the 2025 Centennial Classic.
Now batting first baseman number 7, Bryce Chaplin.
Bryce Chaplin 0 for 2, struck out swinging, then he would fly out to deep left field. Or a line out to left field, I should say. And that will miss for ball 1. Dominic Novak awaits in the on-deck circle here. We'll see him most likely. I won't say for sure because there's that possibility of a double play happening. Two and 0 here to Chaplin. And that one's going to left field. Going back to the warning track. He could not make the grab. It was just out of the reach of his glove, and it's going to be a base hit. That'll push Denson to third, and Bryce Chaplin will get a deep double to left field. So Broken Bow in a position now to potentially retake the lead.
The double for Chaplin brings up the shortstop, number 1, Dominic Novak.
Max Denson to third, Bryce Chaplin on second with that double, and here's Dominic Novak. Line drive to left and a triple to right center. And this one is going out to center field. And is it deep enough for Denson to tag? And he will come in and score. And we have a tie ball game. It is 3-3 here on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. On the sac fly by Dominic Novak to record the second out of the inning.
Number 27, catcher Caden Record.
So that leaves Bryce Chaplin alone on second base and brings up Caden Record. 1 for 2, fly out to left, and a single to left. He'll foul this one back for strike 1. Hour and 5 minutes into the ball game now. This inning seemed to be moving a little bit quicker. Can Broken Bow retake the lead? And a ground ball towards the shortstop. Levi Johnson tosses it over to Jensen, and that will leave Chaplin stranded, and we have a 3-3 ball game after 3.5 played. We go to the middle of the fourth here on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard, and it's knotted up at 3-3 between Glenwood, Lowry, and Broken Bow. We'll be back with more in a moment. Stay tuned.
It's payback time.
It's not fun being the target of rude behavior. Sports has many traditions, but bad sportsmanship isn't one of them. This message brought to you by MSPN Digital Television.
All right, welcome back. We got a ball game here. Bottom of the fourth we go. Batters 8, 9, and 1 are due up for Glenwood Lowry. This is the first time that Broken Bow has scored in an inning but didn't take the lead. Glenwood had a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. That would hold until the top of the second when Broken Bow would score 2 to take a 2-1 lead. And then in the bottom of the third, Glenwood Lowry would score 2 to take a 3-2 lead. And now Broken Bow has tied it, but was not able to take the lead in the bottom of the in the top of the fourth. And now we move to the bottom of the fourth, and the first pitch outside to Levi Johnson is a ball. Johnson 0 for 1. He struck out looking last time he was at the plate. And And Levi Johnson will foul this one away for a strike, and it's 1-1. Johnson, the shortstop / pitcher, one of the shorter youngsters on the team, standing at 5'8". As I look at the roster, there's only one shorter than him, and that's Zach Gigesberg, who we saw yesterday, who stands 5'4". So Levi Johnson, 5'8", right-hander, will graduate in 2025 next year. Swing and a miss, a little delayed swing on a pitch outside. And now we got a 2-balls, 2-strike count here to Levi Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Max Denson got him. Luke Danielson will be the batter now here for
center fielder number 4, Luke Danielson.
Glenwood Lowry. He was walked last time by Denson. Denson approaching 90 pitches here. Once again, the pitch limit is 105. We saw one pitcher in our last game go to 106 through 6 innings of work. Swing and a miss for a strike, and we're at 1-1. Once again, Danielson was walked his last time at the plate. Here's the 1-1 wind-up and delivery. Check swing. First baseman says no, or the first base umpire, which is Greg Warren, says no, says it's ball 2. Ball 3. They have walked 5 so far. One of those was the intentional walk to their home run here, Luke Johnson. I think, or is it Luke? I have to double check here. So that's the 6th walk of the game.
The Glenwood Lowry leadoff batter, third baseman number 1, Miles Wildman.
Noah Jensen was the intentional walk. So 5 walks and an intentional walk to Noah Jensen for a total of 6. We're an hour and 10 minutes into the game now, and back in time is Luke Danielson. And a strike is delivered to Wildman. 0 for 0. He's been to the plate twice. He's been walked both times. Just like Luke Danielson on first has been walked both times now. There's a nice strike. Curveball over the middle of the plate pushes the count to 0-2. Runner will go, and a ground ball to third. And throw to first is back to third. No, and now the ball goes in, but it won't go far enough. And Luke Danielson will be safe at third. So the runner's out at first. That's the second out of the inning. The Fargo Post 400 Comets have defeated Aberdeen Smitty's 8-3.
Mark Gruber.
I know we have some people watching who'd be interested in that contest there. Mark Gruber. Ball 1. He's been to the plate twice. He struck out both times. Both times they caught him looking. Two-0. 3 balls and no strikes. So we'll see if Denson come back with his free strike coupon here, if he'll cash it in or not. We're an hour and 13 minutes in. Dylan Alexander awaits in the on-deck circle. And they do get a strike there. It's a low strike at the knees, but a strike nonetheless. And it's 3-1. 3-3 here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 away and a runner on third. And now runners on first and third. Dylan Alexander will step up to the plate. Few of the fans thought it was Noah Jensen, but Jensen just went to pick up the bat. That Jensen actually moves into the on-deck circle here. So with 2 outs, we'll see if Jensen gets to the batter's box or not. Right now, Dylan Alexander is the concern. Swing and a miss. It was a late swing. By the time he swung, the ball was already at the plate. Alexander's 0 for 2. He grounded out to third. He struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. It smells like burnt popcorn. I don't know if somebody burnt their pie or what, but either that or there's an electrical fire happening somewhere. One ball, 2 strikes. Two away. We'll see if Denson can put a bow on the fourth inning here. No, not on that pitch. He'll be 2-2. According to my numbers, this will be the 100th pitch for Denson. Now, my numbers are known to be off by 1 or 2, but we'll see. And the 100th pitch is fouled away. And we stay at 2-2. .51 balls, 49 strikes on 100 pitches unofficially. Runners on the corners, 2 away. High, ball 3. So regardless of the outcome here, this will likely be the last batter that Max Denson faces. Swing and a miss, and he's able to strand the 2 runners on base. They'll have to worry about the home run hitter when they bring out their new pitcher here in the 5th inning of play.
No hits, no broken bow errors, and 2 runners left. That's 1.
Lowry, Kellum, and Ulig, batters 6, 7, and 8.
1-0-2.
102 is the official pitch count there for Max Denson, so he could come out and face one more batter in the 6th. We'll see if they decide, or in the 5th. We'll see if they decide to do that or not here when we return after the break.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or 2.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans? From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition in strengthening America through service.
So if you're a veteran,
consider joining us.
Or donate to help us support our veterans.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't really.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
All right, welcome back. Alex Panitsky continues on the mound. If my numbers are correct, he'll toss pitch 80 to start this inning here. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Panitsky will face Zachary Lowry to lead it off. You'll also see Kansas Kellum and Colton Ulig this inning. It's the 6, 7, and 8 batters for Broken Bow here in the top of 5, and that one's fouled away for strike 1. So on 80 pitches, 44 strikes, 36 balls, according to my numbers unofficially, and that'll be strike 45. 0-2 the count now here to Zach Lowry. 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. Missed for a ball, 1-2. It's okay. Panitsky had a pitch or two to work with there on an 0-2 count. Did not get him to chase that time. This time he will see that one fouled away, and we'll stay right where we're at 1-2. Once again, broadcast coverage of this brought to you by the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau Scoreboard. You can visit them online at fargomoorhead.org. Ground out to third, got him. 5-3, that's out number 1. Kansas Kellum 1 for 1, hit by a pitch and a single down the left field line last time he was at the plate.
Second baseman number 12, Kansas Kellum.
And the pitch is outside for a ball. Nobody on base to take advantage of that wild pitch. He'll be 1-0 here to Kansas Kellum. Hit by a pitch and a single. Colton Eulig moves into the on-deck circle. Byron Buxton has had a single, double, triple, and a home run for the Twins in their whomping of the Pittsburgh Pirates. This one straight up and out of play. That one just barely went over the press box here. I was expecting it to drop in or near the open window. Strike 1. And I missed that one. That was ball 2. We got a 2-2 count. And he struck him out. Goes down looking.
The right fielder, number 8, Colton Eulig.
Colton Eulig's been to the plate twice. He's been walked both times. Panitsky with pitch 89 coming up here. And that's in for a strike. So strike 50 on those 89 pitches. 1 hour and 20 time of the game so far, and a pair of strikes here to Colton Eulig. So after being walked twice, he now gets an 0-2 count. And he'll foul it away here, and we'll do the 0-2 over again. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Remain tied at 3 after 4.5 here at Legion Field in Millbank, South Dakota. And it'll be Colton Eulig, Logan Bell, and Coy Wardine due up for check that. Check that. The strikeout was pitch 93, and now it will be Noah Jensen, Connor Erickson, and Alex Panitsky, the middle of the order, batters 4, 5, and 6. When we return, we might see a new pitcher, we might not. We will tell you in just a moment. Maybe we'll tell you right now, actually.
Your attention, please. Defensive changes for Broken Bow. Now
looks like we will have a new pitcher is Bryce Chaplin.
Number 7, Bryce Chaplin.
So Max Denson with 102 pitches, 52 balls, 50 strikes. He moves over to first base. Bryce Chaplin, the first baseman, comes onto the mound to replace Max Denson. So a flip-flop there. We'll be back with more in a moment. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Once again, it's Bryce Chaplin, who's the new pitcher here for Broken Bow, tied up in a 3-3 game. So far, it's the second inning of play. It's the only inning where nobody has scored a run in. And if Bryce Chaplin can retire the side here, then the fifth inning would be the second inning where nobody scored. In all the other innings, one of the teams have scored in 1/2 and or both halves of the inning. Matter of fact, the only time teams scored in both halves of the inning was in the third when both teams scored 2. Noah Jensen, who was intentionally walked last time he was at the plate, and he also singled into left center field on his first at bat. He had 2 two-run homers in the game against Lemoore yesterday. He's down on the count 0-2 now. 2 pitches, 2 strikes for Bryce Chaplin. And now time is called here by Jensen. Connor Erickson, Alex Panitsky will be the other 2 batters we see for sure. So it's the middle of the order with Jensen. It's batters 4, 5, and 6 that we'll see here in the bottom half of 5. And that's strike. That is a ball. One and 2. Noah Jensen gets another crack at it here. Swing and a miss, and they got Noah Jensen out. Brings up Connor Erickson.
Number 9, right fielder Connor Erickson.
0 for 1, struck out swinging and a walk last time he was at the plate. We're an hour and 25 minutes into the ball game now here with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch will miss for ball 1 to Connor Erickson. Alex Panitsky moves into the on-deck circle. Bryce Chaplin with pitch number 6 now. This one sent foul. One and 1 with the fouled away pitch. Fouled away for 1 and 2. Skimmed it off the top of his bat, or skipped it off the top of his bat. Chaplin's pitch did. Struck out swinging and walked in that order for Erickson. 1-2, and it's low and out for a 2-2 count. Ball, fouled away, ball. On the 4 pitches so far here to Erickson. Ground ball to the shortstop, picked up by Novak. He fires it over, but not in time. That might be charged an error, as it looked like the throw was a little bit short to even get to Denson.
Erickson reaching on the infield single. That
now they're going to call it a hit.
10, Alex Panitsky.
So we'll put it into our books as an infield hit as well. And I'll bring Alex Panitsky to the plate. 0 for 1, struck out, looking, and a walk. Chaplin will check the runner, Erickson, and deliver. Show bunt, and the throwback to first will not happen, but it was threatened. Two 2-1 or 3-1? It's at least 2-1. We'll find out here. And a nice bunt, and it stays fair. Lowry thought that maybe it was foul, and he was looking for a call from the umpire, and the umpire said it was fair, and from my vantage point, it absolutely was fair. A little bit of a misjudgment call there. Erickson will have a courtesy runner come in. That courtesy runner is going to be Braylon Shamur.
Courtesy running at first for the pitcher, number 7, Braylon Sharmer. The batter, designated hitter number 3, Riley Dell.
So runners on the corners now, and umpires will have a talk. With Broken Bow coach. And the Broken Bow coach has been thrown out of the game. He was not pleased with the explanation he got from first base umpire Greg Warren, and he's going to go off camera here. Actually, can't get the camera any further over, but apparently Broken Bow coach said something at the very end there that Greg Warren didn't want, and he tossed him. Simple as that. Happens at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark of the ball game. So the conference of umpires there and the continuing discussion with the remaining coaches for Broken Bow. But one of their coaches has been tossed by Greg Warren. And that was in for a ball. What's the count now? I've lost track. It is 2-0 because there's no new batter here. But it's been a while since we've seen a pitch. Time is called here by Riley Dell as he faces a 3-0 count. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out, right back to the pitcher, and also a strikeout looking. He'll take the pitch there for strike one. And he'll show bunt, and that bunt will go foul to the right side of home plate. And the count is full at 3-2. One out and a full count. High, and he walks him to load the bases.
Now batting the shortstop, number 8, Levi Johnson.
Swing and a miss on a late swing there for strike one. Levi Johnson's been to the plate twice. He's struck out both times. First time looking, the second time swinging. And now throw to home, and he's safe at home, and Glenwood Lowry takes the lead. Other runners stay put. 0-2, I believe, is the count. So third base open now, and the pitch has caught the edge and struck him out. A 3-pitch strikeout to Levi Johnson. He's gone down looking twice and swinging once, and now it's Luke Danielson, the center fielder.
Luke Danielson.
Safe at second. One ball, no strike to Luke Danielson's been to the plate twice, has been walked both times. Swing and a miss, strike one. He chased it outside and paid the price. Hour and 35 minutes time to the game. 4-3 Glenwood Lowry here in the bottom of the fifth. The third and the fifth, or no, the third is the only inning where both teams scored. Every other inning of the game, somebody has scored in their respective half inning. One ball, two strikes. And now a chit-chat here from Caden Reckert with Bryce Chaplin. Twins have defeated the Pirates 12-4. Once again, Byron Buxton hit a cycle in that game. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Danielson. Miles Wildman is on deck, and I would turn it over to the top of the order here. And he's going to go to right field, and it will drop foul. And then that one's fouled away. We'll stay at 2-2. Full count, 3-2. Like I said, Danielson's been walked both times he's been to the plate. Will he be walked a third time? We're about to find out. Ball, strike, strike, ball, fouled away, ball, and fouled away. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat for Luke Danielson. 1 out. Runners on first and second. And the payoff pitch. He'll walk them and the bases are loaded. walked on the 9th pitch of the bat. It's his 3rd walk of the game, and it brings up Miles Wildman as we return to the top of the order. Home plate umpire Johnny Kirchner going to the Glenwood Lowry dugout to get some more baseballs. Bases loaded, Miles Wildman the batter. And Wildman right back to the pitcher, and he will toss it over to first for the out. Run will score, and there's 2 outs on the board, and it's now a 5-3 advantage for Glenwood Lowry. So an RBI ground out for Miles Wildman will bring up Mark Gruber.
For Glenwood Lowry in the bottom of the 5th, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 broken bow error, and 3 runners left. 32
My
pitches.
apologies, I didn't realize there was 2 outs. I thought there was only 1 out. So let's take a run back here. It remains 4-3. And we'll go now to the bottom of the top of the 6th.
Panitsky is at 93 pitches as we start the 6th. 93 pitches.
And that's what I have for him too. 40 balls, 53 strikes on 93 pitches. He'll toss pitch 94 when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Now be a base hit to center field to lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning. It was Logan Bell.
Center fielder number 10, Coy Wardine.
So the wild pitch there will bring it to a 2-0 count and bring Logan Bell up to second. And fouled off to the first base side. And a hard hit ball to third. It is nicely grounded there by Miles Wildman. He'll throw it up to second. And tagged out is Logan Bell. 3-4, I believe he got tagged out on by the second baseman there, if I followed all the action correctly.
5-4 on the put out of Bell. Now batting.
Yep, it was 3rd to
11,
2nd.
Max Denson.
So that puts the first out on the board and takes the lead runner off base. Safe, just barely though. (4-3). Neither team has had more than a 1-run lead in this game. We'll see if that changes in the near future or not. And did they call a balk? If I was looking down when it happened, so. And that's a base hit to center field. Rounding third, and the play at the plate will not happen. And Coy Wardine will score. We have a tie ball game at 4-4.
Pitcher number 7, Bryce Chaplin.
And that's a hit to left field. Rounding third is Cole Wardine. Or check that, yeah, Cole Wardine, and he will score. Or, sorry, Max Denson will score. I got one batter behind myself here. That was Bryce Chaplin with the hit. It is now a 5-4 ball game.
Shortstop number 1, Dominic Novak.
Dominic Novak, 1 for 2. Line drive to left, a triple to right, and a sac fly to center. Runners on first and second. Check that. Runner on second only. My apologies.
That was the 105th pitch for Panitsky.
So Paninsky will be done. He'll be pulled. We'll get a new pitcher here. I had him at 104, but we'll add another pitch to his count there, and now he's at 105. So new pitcher coming up here. Two runs so far here for Broken Bow in the top of the 6th, and they lead by 1. Glenwood Lowry had a 1-0 lead at the end of the 1st. Broken Bow took a 2-1 lead in the top of the 3rd. Glenwood took a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Broken Bow tied it in the top of the 4th at 3-3. Glenwood Lowry would take the lead 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th. And now here in the top of the 6th, Broken Bow is retaking the lead by scoring 2. And it's a 5-4 ball game on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. And also big thanks to North Dakota American Legion for sponsoring the broadcasts here down at Legion Field in Millbank, South Dakota. We certainly appreciate the support to get these games on the air for our friends to watch, including our friend Jim from Denver, North Carolina, says still watching, haven't gone anywhere. And with a game like this, I sure hope you wouldn't go anywhere.
Glenwood Lowry, Miles Wildman is now playing left field. Alex Panitsky moves to the infield at third base. And the new pitcher is number 15, Nathan Dell.
All right, so Nathan Dell's the new pitcher here. And Alex Paninsky moves from the mound to left field, and we had one other change too, and I missed it. Caden Record, 1 for 3. Fly out to left, a single to left, and a ground out to the shortstop. And that one's popped up. Oh, and he's going to be out. It's going to be runner interference as Nathan Dell went for the catch, and Caden Reckert, the batter, ran into him. So runner interference on the out there.
Now batting third baseman number 5, Zach Lowry.
So the second out is recorded. Ball 1 to Zach Lowry, 0 for 2. A walk, a pop out to the third baseman, and then a ground out. Oh, a pop out to the catcher, I should say, and then a ground out to third. One the count here to Zach Lowry. And Lowry with a bouncing ball to short, picked up by Johnson. He'll fire it over to first, and they got it. They will strand 2 on base, and the damage is maintained to 2 runs. And Broken Bow has taken a 5-4 lead here on the Fargo Visitors and Convention Bureau scoreboard. To the middle of the 6th we go. We got a ball game going on here, 1 hour and 50 minutes, and who's going to win it, we're still not sure. We'll be back in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
1 in 5 high school students use e-cigarettes or vapes. Some of them, like Juul, are so slim and sleek that they look like a flash drive. That's why e-cigarettes and vapes are so appealing to kids. There are more than 7,000 flavors, and they're sold where kids shop, online and in convenience stores. Most e-cigarettes contain nicotine, which is highly addictive and can harm brain development as teens grow. No amount of nicotine is safe for youth. Like it or not, we are a target. This message is brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Health.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information, or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th. With Broken Bow leading 5-4. So far for Broken Bow, 5 runs on 10 hits on no Glenwood Lowry errors, and for Glenwood Lowry, 4 runs on 3 hits on no Broken Bow errors. First pitch is in for a ball. And they'll call strike there, 1-1. Mark Gruber, along with Dylan Alexander and Noah Jensen, batters 2, 3, and 4 this thing here. Gruber struck out twice and walked. Both times he was caught looking on those strikeouts. And a swing and a miss here for strike 2. One, 2-1 in the bottom of the 1st, 3rd, and 5th for Glenwood Lowry. Run scored, and he struck out looking. That's out number 1. So 1-2-1 in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th, and 2-1-2 in the 3rd, 4th, and 6th for Broken Bow. Only one time has this game been tied, and that was at 3-3. Or I should say only one time has the game been tied after the completion of a half inning. Let's put it that way. Two and 0, or yeah, 2-0 to Dylan Alexander. He's 0 for 3. Ground out, 2 strikeouts, and he'll find a base hit this time around. Out into shallow center field. He earns himself a single. And now it's Noah Jensen.
Number 21, Noah Jensen.
Chaplin will lean in to get the signal here from Record. Swinging and a miss, strike 1. Jensen singled to left, was intentionally walked to load the bases, and then he struck out swinging last time he was up. We're nearing the 2-hour mark of this ball game here. Our next game scheduled start at 6:30. Right now we're in the bottom of the 6, and you have to wonder if this thing would go beyond 7 or not. And a pitch there for a ball, and it's 1-1. Nice strike there for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1 runner on here in the bottom of the 6th. It's Dylan Alexander on first. Tried to clip the edge, but was unable to do so, and the count's even at 2-2. Inside. Jensen saying it hit him, and the umpire's not buying it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a payoff pitch coming up here for Noah Jensen. Swing and a miss. He got him again. I'll bring up Connor Erickson, but first we'll have a visit to the mound here. So that puts 2 outs on the board. Talking some strategy there as we approach the 2-hour mark. 1 hour, 57 minutes time of the game so far. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Glenwood, Lowry batting and down by 1. And a back and forth game. And if you've just tuned in, this has been a back and forth game, and I think unarguably the best game of the tournament so far.
Connor Erickson.
And this one is going to right field. Will it drop for a hit? Yes, it will. It is fair. And heading into third is Dylan Alexander. He will stop there, and it's a single for Connor Erickson. And the tying run is 90 feet away. Alex Panitsky is the batter.
Now batting third baseman number 10, Alex Panitsky.
Runners on the corners for Panitsky. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Struck out, walk, and a bunt single. And this one's going to deep right field. And it is going back, and it is over the head of Colton Eulig. And that will tie the game and potentially give the Glenwood Lowry the lead with Connor Erickson coming in from first. It is a 2-run double and tagged out on his way to third to end the inning. How about that? So he'll get credit for the base hit. He'll get credit for a 2-run RBI double. And then he gets tagged out between second and third, and Glenwood Lowry retakes the lead And the Glenwood Lowry coach having a conversation here with Johnny Kirchner. Not sure what that was about. But, hey, they retake the lead. They score 2 in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th, and now Broken Bow is forced to score at least 1 if they want a chance to continue this game. We'll see if they can score at least 1 when we return after this. Stay tuned.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
When one of us comes up short,
We all come up short.
there's no vape in team.
Think there are only school supplies in your child's backpack? Think again. 5 e-cigarettes were hiding in plain sight. Parents, do your homework.
Learn more about vaping at health.mn.gov/e-cigarettes.
All right, pitch number 1 to Kansas. Kellum's in for strike 1. And Kellum ground ball to short. And he'll be thrown out, and that's out number 1. Kellum had a hit by a pitch, single, struck out, and now grounded out to short. 1 down and brings up Colton Ulig.
Number 8, right fielder, Colton Ulig.
We'll see Logan Bell this inning as well for Broken Bow, who has to score at least 1 here in the top of the 7th. And fouled off for strike number 1. Ulig, 0 for 1, walk, and struck out swinging. 2 hours and 1 minute time of the game now. And a check swing. Third base says no. It's ball 1. Steve Cryer, the third base umpire, giving the okay to put the ball on the scoreboard. That one's high for ball 2. Ball 3. And they'll put the walk on. Here's an interesting tidbit. The only odd inning that Broken Bow has scored in was when they scored 2 in the top of the 3rd. Otherwise, they have not scored in an odd numbered inning of this game yet.
Number 19, Logan Bell.
So the walk to Ulig will bring up Logan Bell, 1 for 3. And there's a base hit to right field. 1 hop picked up by Connor Erickson. And now runners on first and second. The tying run is in scoring position here for Coy Wardine, top of the order for Broken Bow.
The Broken Bow leadoff batter, center fielder number 10, Coy Wardine.
Coy Wardine, 1 for 3, a walk, strikeout swinging, strikeout looking, and a single down the third base line into shallow left. And he's going to go to left field again. That will drop for a single. And the throw will come in quickly, and all the runners advance 90 feet, and the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. So Cole Wardine gets a single to left to load the bases for Broken Bow. And Max Denson, and we said it earlier, he has not missed here in this tournament. He is 6 for 6. He's 4 for 4 with 4 singles in this game here. And he's coming up to bat next. And they're going to talk it over. Because with the bases loaded, they can't intentionally walk him. Well, they could if they wanted to, but think they'd rather take their chances with getting him to strike out, fly out, or ground out. Because if you get him to fly out, let's say it's a deep fly out, then worst case scenario, the game is tied. Worst case scenario if you're Glenwood Lowry, best case scenario in that scenario if you're Broken Bow.
First baseman number 11, Max Denson.
First pitch is a strike to Max Denson. Once again, 4 for 4 in the game, 6 for 6 in the 2025 Centennial Classic Tournament. And a strike 2. So 2 quick strikes on Max Denson. Nathan Dell will have a couple pitches to work with here. We'll see if he makes him chase, or maybe he'll try and jam him up on the inside. He's going to try and jam him up on the inside. It's a pop-up. And they will not get to it. It will drop foul, and it'll be an unofficial strike 2, as the count will stay at 0-2. Bryce Chaplin is the batter on deck. Fouled away again. Swing and a miss, and they got him. It's the first time he's gone back to the dugout without a hit. 2 hours and 7 minutes into game number 2 for Max Denson, and he finally gets a 0 in his stat book.
Bryce Chaplin.
And that one's going to left field, and it's caught. It is caught by Alex Nitsky, and that will win the game for Glenwood Lowry. A bases loaded fly out, but it was not easy. Paninsky had to run in and make that catch, and he was able to secure it in his glove and secure the victory for Glenwood Lowry. Your final score in this one: Glenwood Lowry 6 and Broken Bow 5. Broken Bow falls to 17-6 on the season. Glenwood Lowry improves to 11-6 on the season. So we'll take a look at the updated bracket here when we return from this one. An exciting game here between these two teams. We'll see if the next game can match it. We will see Broken Bow in our next game. We'll tell you more about it in just a little bit.
Every day across our great nation, members of the American Legion are shaping and brightening their communities. American Legion members are volunteering to assist wheelchair-bound veterans. Still, others are helping the current generation of service members transition back to civilian life. If you are a wartime veteran, please consider uniting with your brothers and sisters in the nation's largest and most influential veteran service organization. Join the American Legion today.
When one of us comes up short,
we all come up short.
There's no vape in team.
Think there are only school supplies in your child's backpack? Think again. 5 e-cigarettes were hiding in plain sight. Parents, do your homework.
Learn more about vaping at health.mn.gov/e-cigarettes.
Here's the thing about this game. It doesn't matter who you are,
how big or how small. It doesn't matter where you live or where you come from. It's everyone's game. So if you want to play, you can play. Your team's waiting at legion.org/playball.
All right, welcome back. Great game between these two teams here that took 2 hours and 7 minutes to play. And Broken Bow threatened with the bases loaded, but a fly out to left and a running catch by Alex Panitsky will end the game and give Glenwood Lowry a 6-5 victory, and they will advance to the championship game. And they will play the winner of Broken Bow and Lemoore. So Broken Bow and Lemoore will be our next game at 6:30, so that's just under 2 hours from now. So we'll get a little bit of an extended break. And hopefully we see you again at 6:30 tonight for Lemoore Post 19 from North Dakota and Broken Bow Post 126 from Nebraska. So best game of the tournament so far. We have 2 more games for you. One today and one tomorrow, and then that wraps it up. Then we'll know who the champion is of the Centennial Classic Baseball Tournament. And right now, I'd say Glenwood Lowry's moving into that championship game with some momentum. Is it possible that they get a rematch against Lemoore? Maybe. Lemoore and Broken Bow will be no matter what, we're gonna have a rematch in the championship game of either the game we just saw or the game that we saw yesterday in our first game of the tournament. So, will Lemoore get a chance to avenge their 10-2 loss in the opening game, or Broken Bow get a chance to revenge their loss in this game here? I think either team who makes it would be a good choice, but we'll see. Like I said, Broken Bow is going to get an extra hour or so to recover from this game, and Lemoore is rested and ready to go as they played at 11:30 this morning with a 7-3 victory over Millbank to advance. And now it'll be Broken Bow and Lemoore to battle it out to decide who plays Glenwood Lowry in the championship game tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, your final score in this one: Glenwood Lowry 6 and Broken Bow 5. 6 runs on 6 hits. They did leave 9 on base, so let's. I forgot to put the 3 on base earlier in the game there. So, and then 13 left on base for Broken Bow. So 3 for each that I missed there. Otherwise, the line score is correct. 5 runs on 13 hits, no errors for. 5 runs on 13 hits for Broken Bow, no Glenwood Lowry errors, and 13 left on base. Glenwood Lowry, 6 runs on 6 hits on no errors for Broken Bow, and 9 left on base. Once again, time of the game, 2 hours and 7 minutes, and that will do it for this broadcast. We'll talk to you again at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, right here on MSPN Digital Television.
Proceeding has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Follow us online by searching MSPNDTV on YouTube and X to find broadcast schedules, on-demand broadcasts, and more. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.